Go to Tracey Brown Live. Gals and guys, go to Tracey Brown Live. Go to Tracey Brown Live. Go to Tracey Brown Live. Gals and guys, go to Tracey Brown Live. Go to Tracey Brown Live. Go to Tracey Brown Live. Gals and guys, go to Tracey Brown Live. Go to Tracey Brown Live. Go to Tracey Brown Live.
Good morning, everyone. How are you today? Let me put my earpiece on. And how is your health? Good health to everyone. I have a young lady that takes care of my sister that is in dire need of prayer. She is in the hospital with pneumonia. Her name is Tiara. And if you all could help me pray for Tiara's continued healing. She is absolutely my favorite caregiver, and I hope no one takes offense to this. But she doesn't have a mother. She has an extended family, but she doesn't have a mother. And so, I don't know. So, if you can help me pray for her, to please God allow her to heal from pneumonia, allow her to continue 100% with no residuals, allow her to take control of any other complications that she has before pneumonia that also is easily healed. Please let her take this in as a lesson that healthy mind, healthy soul, healthy body is the keys to living, to enjoying life. But for right now, please, God, heal her from her affliction. God, please be the doctor, and Jesus, please be every nurse. I love you, God. I love you, Jesus. In your name I pray. Amen, amen, amen. It's a little earlier. Well, it's 3 hours now. We're in a different time zone. Her name's Tiara. And I am in a different time zone. And so normally, guys, I would be here at 9 o'clock. But you guys see me here at 8 o'clock if you're Eastern. And 5, 6, 7, 8. 5 o'clock if you're Pacific. So now I am 6 o'clock Pacific, and I am with the East Coast. So it is 8 o'clock for me. I am not used to getting up and doing this thing this early. Like even the sky looked different today. I was like, why does the sky look different? Because I'm not up at 7. And I threw myself off, so I really couldn't exercise this morning because I was like, who gets up at 7? Who does this work thing? Because I don't. Meanwhile, people are up in the East Coast at 5:30 getting ready to work. It's way too hot. Can wait. Let me see who's on today. Lisa Stanford, good health. Purple Passion, good health. Greetings. Greetings. Oh, I said good morning to you guys. Good health. Okay, thank you, Lisa. Michelle, Florida, good morning. Auntie Chad, happy Monday, and I'm wishing good health to everyone. Thank you. We will all take it. Anissa, good morning and blessings. Seven Spiritual Journey. Morning, me, Tracy and Chad. Hi, sweetie. How are you? Good morning, Harry. Good morning, Ashe. Anissa, sending healing, love, and prayers. Janine, good morning, everyone. Sending healing prayers to Tiara. Thank you. Good health. And also, Anissa, thank you. Good health, Irene. Valerie, good morning, everyone. And Red Roses, good morning, everyone. And good health to everyone here today. So, what issues? Here's a quiz for you. Wait, what is this? Cancel. What issues? Can you guys hear me well? Because I don't know why the phone tends to pick up on my earpads, but they do it simultaneously. I don't know why that happens. Is anybody else exhausted? Like physically, not like mentally. I'm not mentally exhausted, but my body is like, I want to lay down, which I will. If I want to take a nap, I will take a nap, child. Let me see, Bluetooth connected. I'm just going to disconnect you. I just don't have time for you. I should connect you. Disconnect. Let me just check here, make sure it's on. Bluetooth. Has anyone noticed what happened this weekend? What happened this weekend? Something major happened this weekend. Major. And it's kind of being resolved, kind of, but we don't really know. Hey guys, I'm tired too. Good, Brina. Thank you for saying that. I don't feel so bad. I'm like, why am I so tired? How much is £1 in the UK to American dollars? How much is £1? Quiz. I guess I could check it, but who wants to check it? I was looking up something. Now I forgot what I was looking up. Oh, okay. Maybe I was looking up how much is £1. Good morning. Okay, I did that. I'm tired, and I went to bed early last night. Right. Good for you. I should have did that too. Because I knew I was going to be tired this morning, right? Because I could feel it last night. So your job is to. All right. Good for you. Oh, it's too sweet. All right. Are you talking about this major bank fail, Miss Tracy? Juanita, yes. And when are you going to call me? Yes, Juanita. 213-458-7408. I don't have your number. Do I? I don't think so. 213-458-7408. Call me. Good health, gems. Yes, it's worth 21 cents more the US dollar. So is it $1.21? Is that how much a pound is? So it's worth $1.21. Okay, so we had a major bank failure disruption with SVB. SVB. And although they were telling us, they were lying to us, the media, and they were saying it's an isolated incident. You know, this isn't going to affect other markets. blah, 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 blah. It turns out there's an SVB, Silicon Valley Bank, in the UK. There's one in the UK. So how the hell is anyone not going to be affected? There is an SVB in the UK. And then, so it crashed and the federal took it over, right? The federal took it over like a bunch of bullies. We're going to get in here and we're going to make up all our new rules. And then Secretary Yellen, she was going by some rule in 2008 where they had promised in 2008 that if banks fail, America would not bail you out. Period. They promised that. However, Secretary Yellen, I guess, didn't talk to the president. And this bank failure was going to affect the Asian market. Period. I don't know how the Asian markets did. Let me see. Because they are closed now. Let me see. 12 hours. Yes, they're closed now. Okay, let's see. How did the Asian market do after SVB? Let's take a look at that. Most Asian stuff. Ooh. I just like the way my lips look. All right. Most Asian stock markets fell Monday morning in the wake of the collapse by Silicon Valley Bank. But the falls in some cases, short-lived, and Chinese technology stocks rallied immediately. But that was only because President Biden had to make an announcement that the government, the American government, was going to cover all the deposits, all the uninsured portion of the deposits. So everybody gets their money back. European bank stocks tumbled as investors fret over SVP. Now, what they were telling us on the media was that this was not going to be a global issue. What I saw in the reading that I did was this absolutely was going to be a global issue. Abso-freaking-lutely. Then, so people lied, but I don't know if everyone lied, right? At this time, I was looking at the media and I was like, I don't think they're lying. I think they're being told how this is going to be played out. So I think that they were listening to the powers that be, like Rupert Murdoch or something. Just tell everybody this doesn't impact, blah, 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 right? In a telegram. Everything's going to be fine. So everyone repeated it, but it did look like everyone repeated it with some skepticism. It's like, okay, the American market will not be affected. We will be okay. I mean, that's what I kind of saw, that they were like not believing the bullshit that was coming out of their mouths, but they had no choice because this was the only information that they had, blah, 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 blah. My coffee's way too sweet today. It's like sugar. Okay, so I'm obsessed. Obsessed. I am obsessed. I remember when I was growing up, my mother would just keep the news on 24/7. And if it wasn't news 24/7, it was baseball. And if the kids were going to get anything out of the TV, we had to get it early morning cartoons. Because once they came downstairs, the parents, it was on and cracking. They took control of TV and did not care there were kids in the house. Go play. Go play. Go outside and play. It's raining. Get outside. I didn't have a mom like that. But she was, I'm joking. It's raining, Mom. Get out. Rain's healthy for you. And don't get your hair wet. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. Which she would say to us, go play. Because the TV was not going to be ours for the rest of the day. And for the rest of the evening, right? Because at the time, we did have family hour. And that's the one thing I miss about what's going on in the world today. At least we were sitting around watching pedophile actors whose names will not be mentioned. Was it pedophile or no? Not pedophile. It wasn't a pedophile. You know, what's another word when somebody assaults? Doesn't really matter. We were watching that guy. If you don't know who I'm talking about, I will not mention his name. He's no longer in jail, and I do not want anybody suing me. Okay? Because all the YouTubers are getting sued right now. I do not need to be sued. I do not have lawyer money. Nope. Nope. Do I? Cease and desist? Zip it. I just got a cease and desist down. I do not have lawyer money. Are you guys there? Hold on a second, because this always happens. Let me see something. What channel? See something. Okay. Okay, you guys are here. Are you guys there? Okay. Forgive me. And then the Oscars were last night. Now, I want to know how many people watched the Oscars as the world was falling apart. I want to know what side of the coin you're on, right? And don't be embarrassed. Don't be embarrassed. I could give two shits. Are you on the side of disaster and mayhem and knowing this weekend was a whole tower event? Do you see my arms getting thinner? Does anybody see my arms getting thinner? Look. I'm getting all of this. Okay. It's getting a lot thinner, people. I mean, I may not get it like a 21-year-old, you know, but the fullness is leaving. So are you on the side of disaster, tower, mayhem, right? The world is crashing down. Are you on the side of, man, that was a beautiful dress. That was a beautiful dress. Did you see Tim's dress? Did you see Rihanna? Oh my God. She's a lot fuller and a lot less pregnant. Fuller? I think this is the girl. This is the girl. And if she loses a part of her beauty, girls take your beauty away while you're pregnant. You are not Rihanna, girl. If you having a girl, put on a lot of makeup because girls will take your boys make you beautiful. Boys are like, oh, they make you gorgeous. Girls, and jealous little fetuses take all your beauty. You do get it back, though. You get all your beauty back. But the girl, that's why some of y'all are jealous of your own daughters. Because they come out gorgeous. They come out multiplied by you. Like 100 times multiplied. They do. I never had a girl. I don't know what that feels like. But I know if I did have a girl, she'd be gorgeous. And I tell her every day. And she would need nobody to validate her. You're pretty, period. Go out there, be pretty, period. Hurt no one. But I didn't have a girl, so it's all fantasy in my head. But if y'all got girls, I hope y'all are pushing them out in the street to know that they are fabulous. You tell them you got a cute behind. Look at your breast, girl. They're gonna grow. My mama did that to me. I was like 10. My mama was crazy though. I was like 10, and she looked at the size of my. Is it called aorta? Areola? Is that it? And showed it to my sister, and she's like, "Tracy's gonna have big boobs." Because I have big, but I don't have. At the time, at 10, they were, I believe, big. No breasts, just big areolas. Is that what it's called? Areolas? Something like that? I think she cursed me when she said, just leave my body alone. I'm 10, woman. But at least she said, she was letting me know. She didn't mean any harm. She was letting me know I had a beautiful body. Yes. Signature clothes, and they're not helping Signature out. I didn't even know who Signature is. It has something to do with cryptocurrency. And I believe they're not bailing out Signature because the government doesn't know what to do with cryptocurrency. They don't even want to compete against cryptocurrency. So I think they were like, well, since we don't understand cryptocurrency, bye-bye Signature. Good morning, Ken. How are you? I really didn't love any dresses last night. Something was missing, too much or too little. Because energetically, the world was going to fall apart. So how could you like any of the dresses when the world's falling apart? To be honest with you, but I don't want Rihanna to get upset with me. What the fuck did she have on last night? It was like just a sheer. I didn't understand it. It was black, and I get the whole black thing because she's full body with the pregnancy, but I didn't get it. She's wearing a lot of black lately. I think it's spiritual. Which deity wears black? Because I think it's spiritual. She's wearing either black or red. Has anybody noticed that? Since her baby, since we've seen pictures of her and she's been in public, she hasn't been wearing too much color. I have one daughter. She's my oldest, and 4 boys. She's as beautiful. Now she thinks she's my mom. Oh, children do get like that. I love that. They said Signature was the 5th largest bank in New York City based upon cryptocurrency, which hasn't really been established as real money in the government sector. Yeah, I only see her in black or red. But I think it's a spiritual thing. I think it's a spiritual thing with SU. SU. I really do. I think she is sending, don't get mad at me, Rihanna, but I think she's sending a spiritual message to tell certain people to leave her the fuck alone. Now, who she's talking to, I don't know. I'm not going to get into revealing any of her business, but I do believe it's a spiritual message. You know, when my son was in Nickelodeon, um, we went to go see someone, and we were told that too many eyes were on him, too many. And she said the way to diffuse the eyes that was on him was to have him wear white, all white. That's all he could wear. Socks, underwears, t-shirt, top shirt, pants had to be white. And we did that. We did that. Ironically, it brought more eyes to him because nobody could understand why he was wearing all white. Ironically, I was wearing all black because I had so much black clothes from New York City, and he was wearing all white. Hilarious. But that was a spiritual thing that I couldn't explain to everyone. Like, oh, why is he always in white? Hey, he looks good, but he's always in white. It's like, shut up, holes. Shut up, mommy holes. Like, what the fuck do you care? What was I supposed to tell them? It's so you dumbass holes don't try to come for my son. You weirdos. White sneakers, white socks, white underwear, white pants, and all that stuff. So then Rihanna had a picture, because I knew Rihanna had a picture with a baby on the bed. And I think everything was either red sheets or black sheets, but she was wearing black. Just a baby on the bed. And then she looked into the camera like this. Take this off. She looked into the camera like this. And I was like, Rihanna is sending a spiritual message. I don't know if everybody's getting this but me. But she is sending out a message to say, don't fuck with me and my baby. That's the way I got it. I don't know if I'm right. Does anybody know when Rihanna's having her baby? So is Lisa Ray being spiritual? I don't know. Does she wear white now? Lisa Ray's kind of she can't be trusted. Lisa Ray is kind of um. Does she wear white all the time? Is that what you're saying? I don't know. Okay, so getting back, I gotta stay focused. All the time? That's something new. All the time? All the time? Let me check this out. Lisa Ray. It has to be spiritual. You guys didn't know that? It has to. That's oh, look at all these outfits just in white. When did she start that? Oh, she has my son's birthday, September 23rd. Aw. She's a little fucked up. Um, all the time? Oh yeah, I remember her mama just passed too. Let me see. Let me see if I could look it up. Let's see. Why does wear white all the time? It's definitely spiritual. You know, her husband is Caribbean. When asked why she loves wearing white, she said, "It's simply because white is easy, clean, crisp, fresh, and alive." That is not true. That is not true. She's lying. It's not a method to the madness. It's not because it's religion. It's not religion. It's spiritual. It's because one day on a weekend I went out of town and realized I had all white outfits and they look so crisp and clean. Now, you all know that when you wear a white top, you do everything to keep it clean. Everything. You're like, it's spiritual. When did she start? In the early 2000s. Wow. It's spiritual. But you know, celebrities don't always tell the truth. And her husband is Caribbean. She's Southern, but her husband is Caribbean. So, isn't he? Right? Isn't he a pastor? Is that her in the Caribbean or something? Yes, Janine, you did tell me that. What's the reason behind that? Even her house is decorated white? That's what I mean, Renee. It's a lot of work to wear white all the time. Uh-oh, uh-oh. Biden is speaking to the nation at 9 a.m., guys. 9 a.m. We got to get ready. Hold on. Hold on. We got to get ready. We might as well listen to it together. Ow. We might as well listen to it together. Biden is speaking to the nation at 9 a.m. Let's see what he's going to say about this horrible, horrible weekend we had. We had a financial crisis this weekend. Okay, we're going to get prepared. We're going to watch it together because that's what we do here at Good Morning, Tracy. We just changed the rules at the last minute. But we're not going to watch it because I think I can get into trouble, but we're going to listen to it. All right? She divorced a Caribbean husband. Right. I don't know why I do. I felt compelled to wear that since 2011. If you felt compelled to wear that, Janine, I wonder if there's an association with one of the deities. One of the deities, don't ask me which one, does wear all white. So I'm wondering if you have a connection to one of the deities. And I'm telling you, it's not religion. She's right. It's spiritual. Hmm. I know the Signature Bank in New York closed. I know. Ex-husband is royalty? I didn't know that. Oh, I didn't know that. That's really cool. Oh, she got remarried? Janine, I kind of like the all white thing for traveling. Do you guys? I'll give you a little secret. I only wear white to bed. When I go to sleep, I'm in something white. Hmm. I take off. I when I shower, I put on pajamas. When I go to sleep, I put on something white. True story. My bed has only known white tops. That's it. Only white. But when I shower, like, when you like shower and it's still early and you walk around the house still, you shower, but you don't go to bed. Then I put on pajamas. But the minute I put my badunkadunk on my bed, I take off and I put on something white. And that is spiritual. Mhm. For when I sleep spiritually. I don't sleep with stress. I don't sleep with problems. So for me at night, sleeping is an experience with spirituality. I trust that I'm going to have a good night's sleep. I trust that I'm not carrying the worries of the day into my bed. Like, because your bed has energy. Your bed has you. Your DNA is in that bed, right? And so I when I lay down on the bed, I don't want to fight my bed. I don't want to fight sleep. I do so much fighting in the world in the daytime. I fight to help you guys. I fight to take care of my life. I fight to make sure, things are okay with my personal life, right? Out there when I go to bed. Now, normally you would not see me working out of my bedroom. That's how sacred my bedroom is. But the way this is set up and the heat that goes on over there, I've had to make some concessions. So I work out of my bedroom in the morning. But if you notice the work that I do, it's fun, it's engaging, it's spiritual with dashikis and bonnets, right? Um, and sometimes I do, depending upon the time of day, I do readings in my bedroom. But even if I do readings in my bedroom, my newest format of doing readings is to soothe your soul. So again, I'm the energy that I am emanating that's in my home is not anger, it's not, yelling, it's not compromising your spirit. Because if I compromise your spirit, I got to compromise my spirit. And I don't think you guys have realized I don't find it okay to yell at you guys when you guys have a hard time understanding why your lives is the way it is, right? I used to yell, but I've begun to realize that sometimes you can't change. True story. If I'm yelling at you like children, right? If you're just yelling at a 5-year-old, the 5-year-old gets so discombobulated that it can't do what you want them to do. You would think yelling would shape them into attention. I have begun to realize that I was yelling out of frustration for you because I couldn't understand why the same scenarios keep coming up, right? And so I had to recognize that you all are doing the best that you can emotionally, but that there are some tools lacking that needs to be incorporated and implemented. Yelling's not one of them. All right. Um, let's see the I like to buy myself a white dress for my birthday. I like that idea. I love that. Good morning, loves. Home with Jamie Marie. Good morning. She's still single, everybody. Lisa Ray ex-husband was a con. I didn't want to say nothing, but I thought he came from jail. But somebody said royalty, and I was like, but I thought he came from jail. Because what I thought I remember is that he did go to jail, and then when he got out of jail, he was deported. But I get a little confused because somebody's like, he's from royalty, and I'm like, okay, royalty went to jail. At least ex-husband was a con. She thought she was going to live a soft life. Oh. My family wears white when traveling. I love that. Oh, I love that. She has a new boo who looks the new boo is royalty? I don't really care. You wear brown to okay. I don't get it. Telzy. You wear brown to bed. Do you know why? Or is that like a thing? What is that? And if you like brown, that's okay. I just I would just want to know what deity is associated with brown. That's all I would care about. All right. So, getting back to the bank. Now, did you know that Oprah has her money tied in at SVB? And you know she's in the millions. Roku said they had $500 million tied into SVB. If you have an SD account, they're trying to figure out how to pay you. They're trying to figure it out. Pinterest, Prince Harry and Meghan had their monies in SVB. Then, so it turns out the media lied to us and they're like, this is not going to be a global issue. Like, what part of research did you people not perform? This is not going to be a global issue. This is isolated. This is just this bank. It's not going to hit other banks. Do we look stupid? Do we look stupid? Okay. In any case, there's an SVP in the UK. There's an SVB, Silicon Valley Bank in the UK. So I wake up this morning and what do I hear? HSBC, which we have branches here, HSBC brought out SVB in the UK. Guess for how much? Guess. A pound. They brought the bank out for a pound. That's how bad the market is. That another bank had to buy out a bank with more than 10 million deposits per customer. And they brought it out for a pound. What? You're making my head hurt. And I believe you. I totally believe you. Oh, for your skin color. Okay, okay. I got you. I got you. Not jealous, love my beautiful girl. Oh, of course. Of course. I would be jealous either if I had a girl. If I had a girl, I'd make sure she was better than me. I would make sure. But then I would create a bitch. God wouldn't give me a girl. He knew. He already knew. God knew. God said, we only need one bitch coming from you. All right. Okay. He's a politician from Turks and Caicos. All right. We don't want to mention, we put his name up, but we don't want to mention his name because, cease and desist. Lisa Ray's the type to do it, psychic or no psychic. Most people are scared of me because I'm a psychic. Seriously, YouTubers are scared of me. Celebrities are scared of me. They don't know how to treat me, right? Lisa Ray would be like, cease and desist. And Rihanna's not scared of me either. She doesn't like that I do videos on her, but she's hella not scared of me. All right. Let's get ready for this president of ours. Should be on YouTube somewhere. But before we do that, let's see what the 5 celebrities, blah, 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 blah. The 5 things. Let me see. All right. And again, Lisa lied. It's all spiritual. And she got it from her husband because they do stuff like that in the Caribbean. She's doing it based upon a deity. The 5 things. CNN. All right. The 5 things CNN. Where is it? 5 things you need to know for March 13th. Who won the Oscars last night? I don't really care. I just want to look at SVP. That's all that matters right now. Okay. Remember, call me for your own personal reading, 213-458-7408. I do have openings today. Let's do that. I am your CNN correspondent. I am the truth teller of all the anchors that they have, but they actually never really hired me. So, whatever. I'm unofficially a correspondent on YouTube. President Joe Biden plans to address Americans this morning about his administration's emergency response to the failure of 2 banks over the past few days. This comes after tech lender Silicon Valley Bank collapsed Friday in the 2nd largest failure of a financial institution in the U.S. The Biden administration on Sunday guaranteed that those impacted by SVB's collapse will get their money back starting today. In a related action, the government shut down Signature Bank, which was teetering on the brink of collapse in recent days. Wall Street investors were relieved by the intervention after markets tumbled late last week. But some analysts say smaller banks that are disproportionately tied to cash-strapped industries like tech and crypto may be in for a rough ride. So I really feel like soup. So he was the prime minister of Turks and Caicos. He was misusing funds. Her husband? Her ex-husband? So he was a criminal in America and a criminal in Turks and Caicos? This guy was a criminal in Turks and Caicos in his own country? Are you sure? I'm confused. Hey, did you hear Colin Kaepernick called out his adopted parents and called them racist? And people are calling him ungrateful? Listen, here's the thing that's important to recognize. It's absolutely possible that when you have parents of a different race, there are racial undertones because they just don't get it. There are things that they just don't get, and there are things that are inherited inside of them that they don't even realize that they're doing. Do you understand? Good morning. I know. Okay, sorry, I talk too much. Sorry. Oh, hey, gotta find it. Okay, gotta talk. Biden. Gotta talk Biden. Okay. Okay. Biden. Search. Okay, live.
Interest. They've done that. On Friday, the government regulator in charge, the FDIC, took control of Silicon Valley Bank's assets. And over the weekend, it took control of Signature Bank's assets. Treasury Secretary Yellen and a team of banking regulators in action. First, all customers who had deposits in these banks can rest assured, they'll be protected and they'll have access to their money as of today. That includes small businesses across the country that bank there and need to make payroll, pay their bills, and stay open for business. No losses will be, and this is an important point, no losses will be borne by the taxpayers. Let me repeat that. No losses will be borne by the taxpayers. Instead, the money will come from the fees that banks pay into the deposit insurance fund. Because of the actions that our regulators have already taken, every American should feel confident that their deposits will be there if and when they need them. Second, the management of these banks will be fired. If the bank is taken over by FDIC, the people running the bank should not work there anymore. Third, investors in the banks will not be protected. They knowingly took a risk, and when the risk didn't pay off, investors lose their money. That's how capitalism works. And fourth, there are important questions of how these banks got into the circumstance in the first place. We must get the full accounting of what happened and why those responsible can be held accountable. In my administration, no one is above the law. And finally, we must reduce the risk of this happening again. During the Obama-Biden administration, we put in place tough requirements on banks like Silicon Valley Bank and Signature Bank, including the Dodd-Frank law to make sure that the crisis we saw in 2008 would not happen again. Unfortunately, the last administration rolled back some of these requirements. I'm going to ask Congress and the banking regulators to strengthen the rules for banks to make it less likely this kind of bank failure would happen again, and to protect American jobs and small businesses. Look, the bottom line is this. Americans can rest assured that our banking system is safe. Your deposits are safe. Let me also assure you, we will not stop at this. We'll do whatever is needed. On top of all of it, let's also take a look at a moment to put the situation in a broader context. We've made strong economic progress in the past 2 years. We've created more than 12 million new jobs. More jobs in 2 years than any president has ever created in a single 4-year term. Unemployment is below 4% for 14 straight months. Take-home pay for workers is going up, especially for lower and middle-income workers. And we've seen record numbers of people apply to start new businesses, more than 10 million of them. More than 10 million applications over the last 2 years starting businesses. Now we need to keep this progress going. That's what swift action that my administration over the past few years is all about. Protecting depositors, protecting the banking system, protecting the economic gains we've made together for the American people. Thank you, God bless you, and may God protect our troops. See you in California.
Mr. President, what do you know right now about why this happened? And can you assure Americans that there won't be a ripple effect?
Do you expect one of the banks to fail, Mr. President? Should all the
President Biden not taking any questions, a very quick address to the American people following problems at the Silicon Valley Bank and Signature Bank. So President Biden, again, saying that he has directed the Treasury Secretary and a National Economic Council director to work with bank regulators to address this issue. Now, just moments ago, he did leave a few points that we can recap for you all. President Biden saying that the managers of these banks should be fired. He also said that investors of the banks will not be protected, but he mostly addressed the many questions that Americans have and concerns regarding just how we got here. So he said,
Officers be protected at all banks. All right, thank you, everybody. In-town drive.
So, what did you guys hear? I heard CEOs, the way he just walked on. Get. I noticed that. It's the same thing. I was like, well, it's the end of that, huh? I noticed the way he walked on. Mama! Doom. We are doomed. Okay, I was wondering how he was going to handle this. He is saying CEOs need to be terminated. That's the first thing I heard. The second, CEOs, listen, this could be the VP of this, the VP of that, the CEO, the CFO. It could be just a bloodbath of exiting through the winding doors, right? Revolving doors. That's the first thing I heard. The second thing I heard was, and this is the shocker. I have to breathe. If you have money in the bank due to investments, now, I don't know what that means. I don't know what that means. What does that mean? All right. If you have money in a bank because you invested it to gain money, it's your loss. But if you have money in the bank because of a business, or you wrote a book called Spare, you get to keep your money in the bank. They will replace that because it was your income, it was your business. But if you have money in the bank due to investing, which I don't know what that would mean in relationship to a bank. I know what that means in relationship to a tech bank. I know what that means in relationship to cryptocurrency. Now I understand why when one bank fell, SVP, now I understand why they took over Signature Bank, because that is an investment bank. Investment, right? So I get that. Because it's an investment bank. So if I use the words of the president, if you invest and it fails, you know that that's the risk that you take, because cryptocurrency is a risk. Let me tell you something. I know a lot of cryptocurrency. I know a lot of nerdy people, first of all. These guys are having a conniption fit because you study cryptocurrency. And this is just me. I could be wrong, but I definitely think the powers that be wanted to cripple and make cryptocurrency fail, because it was a sector that the government didn't understand, and people had found a way to make money off of cryptocurrency, especially minorities. But I'm not saying it's a racial thing. I'm saying when the government doesn't understand it and it was getting above them, boom, Then they make you scared of cryptocurrency, blah, 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 blah. Hello, Atia. They need to return bonuses. Hello. All right. Investments by stocks or mutual funds, etc. So, are they going to go through the accounts and look at each account and see where if they gained money through stock purchasing and or mutual funds, which is also associated with a stock, right? Am I not mistaken? They cannot get that money back, but they can get money if it was earned income. Am I understanding that? But if you have money in a bank for business and you can't prove it by whatever guidelines they have set in place, because I'm sure they do, is it still your loss? I would think, Mrs. Shea, Florida, that if you have a mega business with $10 million in the account, I would think that there would have to be a paper trail between earned income and investments. I would think. But what I do know is that banking is not regulated. It's a corrupt system. So maybe at this stage of the game, maybe you might want to hide some of your mutual stuff and lie to the FDIC and be like, oh, this is income. I don't know. I'm not encouraging lying, of course, but that you brought up a good point. If you can't prove it, then what? If you can't prove it, so now this is a huge audit. This is going to be, oh my God. Oh my God, this is a huge government audit. Oh my God. Oh my God. I hope some of these accounts were on the up and up. I told you all in my reading with SVP, I told you, I think what I said in the reading was that they were going to come up with different scenarios to not give you back your money, depositors. I knew it. I saw it. I saw it in the reading. I was like, nope. Nope. Thank you, Val. Thank you, Val. Val W. Bank accounts, where have you been, Val? Bank accounts are insured up to $250,000. Guaranteed. That ain't shit if you got $10 million in the account. But these are the facts. $250,000 is insured. Deposits, 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 deposits. All right. Deposits are secure. Investments in stocks or ownership are not guaranteed by the FDIC. So now that brings me to another point. What if I have 500,000, $1 million in SVB, but it's all on mutual funds? Then I get nothing, right? There has to be, every account is going to get audited. This is a nightmare. Mm, mm, mm. Well, the nightmare begin. The nightmare begin. That's why he left so quickly. Because he knew he was landing a bombshell. Am I right or am I wrong? What's not secure, Val? Infinite? Infinite? We are now in Revelations chapter 13. Oh, Proverbs. It's Proverbs, right? The rich will be poor. Proverbs. Biden says U.S. banking system is safe after the failure of Silicon Bank. Banking system is safe. They said they would cover every even account who has that more than $250. No, that's what they said yesterday. Yesterday they said that. Today Biden said, if you made money via investments, that is your problem. We don't cover investments. So that would mean you're not entitled to the FDIC insurance money. That money is insured for depositors. Only if your $250,000 was not made through investments in mutual funds. Listen to me, everyone. That $250,000 is also not guaranteed. You listen to what he said. If you made money and your money is mostly investments, you take that risk. You know, to be honest with you, I do believe that this was planned. You know why? Because I think the government wants to cripple any banks associated with cryptocurrency. And I couldn't understand why the feds kept raising the interest rate, because I kept thinking if you keep raising the interest rate, you're going to cripple the economy. Did anybody else think that? And it turns out that's what SVB said. Our bank got fucked up because of the interest rate that just kept getting raised. And it was like 4 times this year. Oh, by the way, there's another interest rate hike. And you want to tell me the banks are safe? They're going to create another interest. They were going to do it. Then this crap happened. So now they're saying they're going to raise it. Not so much this time. You're raising the interest rates, which I thought was against the American people. It's not. It's against the banks, particularly certain banks, which there are numerous. There's at least 20 banks out there that deal with cryptocurrency. I mean, financial analysts, tell me what you heard. Maybe I heard something different because, I'm just crazy. I'm also not a financial financier, but I don't think I'm crazy. I heard Biden say, if you have money, he did not separate the 250,000. He said, if you make money based upon investments, good luck. But if you have deposits, you can keep your money. That even means the $10 million accounts. If you got $5 million from mutual funds and this, that, and the third, that money's gone. So a lot of $1 million companies are going to be reduced to nothing in comparison to what they had in the account. So imagine having a $10 million company, but most of it is in investments and your deposits are only worth $2 million. But you have a whole company to feed. A lot of these companies are going to be closing down. Are they taking this money because we gave too much money to all these other countries without helping our people first? Just me thinking out loud because, honey, I don't know nothing about. Yes. Here's the real problem. And I have no idea what I'm talking about. Let's keep that in mind. There's no intelligence going on in me. None. Zero. Federal government, do not come after me. I do not have intelligence. So What I think is happening is that we've overextended ourselves. We know the Ukraine is a war that we are personally vested in, whereas other countries aren't necessarily invested in the same way, right? We are sending billions and billions and billions in increments of like every 4 months over to Ukraine. We send weaponry. Now, don't get me wrong, they will be paying it back. They owe us their 10th babies and then some, right? But that's not the point. They can't pay us back until the war is over. Ukraine is a very rich country, period. So they owe us several babies' lives. Okay. And it's very important to fight this because if Putin takes over a very rich country, they're very rich in grain, takes over a very rich country like Ukraine, then we really suffer. So I do understand the fight, just a lot of money involved, right? Then there's another company. All right, I'm gonna just go straight to Taiwan. I feel like something in between that Israel. Then we literally give billions of dollars to Israel. This is not racist. This is a fact. Billions of dollars to Israel. And why are we giving billions of dollars to Israel? So they can get rid of Palestinians. That is the only reason why. That's the only reason why I see, right? All they do all day, every day is genocide Palestinians. I don't see the purpose of how much billions of dollars that we give them. I understand that they're in a conflict. They're in a conflict. This territory will always be in a conflict. Always. I've never known it not to be in a conflict. It is a very rich territory. If you ever get to go to Jerusalem, go. I went to Jerusalem. I went to the Palestinian side, and I have to tell you, the Palestinians party hard. I feel like they're the Rough Riders, the Palestinians. Party hard. They loud, they're vivacious. Come. You know, they have a community where everything's outside. They sell you anything. They will bargain anything with you. Fun people, fun. Israelis are very sophisticated, more reserved, more contained people. So I could see why they don't get along, right? In a black community, if you all sophisticated and educated and a ghetto girl comes along, hi, you would be like, Miss Johnson, how you doing, Miss Johnson? And you had a sophisticated university dinner or something, you'd be like, girl, sit down. Oh, well, you want me to sit right here? Okay, I'll sit right here. What kind of fucks are these? I had never been to a dinner where they had more than one fork. What kind of fucks are these? Salad fork. Salad? We don't eat a separate fork for salad. You know what I mean? That's the Palestinians to Israel. It's hilarious. When I went there, I was like, oh, okay, I could see the difference. And sometimes I think they don't like them because of that. Just like we have problems with ghetto people, right? Sometimes we just don't like ghetto people because they too ghetto. Which I hate that word, by the way. I hate the word ghetto. But you know, like we got to go back and use certain words for you to get what I'm trying to say. Or when you get that guy that walks into a sophisticated place, but he ain't got no clothes. He ain't never worn nothing but black jeans, black t-shirt, a bandana on his head, and $300, $400 Nikes. But walking like this. I'm sorry, my people, walking like this. Am I sitting right here? What do I do here? Everybody, you okay? You okay? You okay? So I just sit right here because I see some steak and nobody's sitting here. I might as well just sit right next to the steak. And meanwhile, you're like, you ninja, sit the fuck down. Just sit down. Sit down, ninja. Right? What's BD energy, Vovo? Y'all got me cracking up. Y'all know it ain't true. Yeah, so we give all this money to Israel for them to annihilate the Palestinians, who the Palestinians will say, this is my land. Israel say, no, this is my land. And so they're constantly fighting over the same land to the point where they have to share the land. At some point, some treaty will be up, and then Palestinian and Israel have to change roles. Israel's tired of changing roles. So Israel figured, if we just annihilate them, then we don't have to change roles anymore. We Americans give money to Israel to annihilate, genocide, like literal genocide, Palestinians. That's wrong. Oh my God, don't forget, I can't do trailer park, but you're right. Don't forget the trailer park hillbillies. We don't leave nobody out. They usually got the one tooth, long hair, long stringy hair. Always got a bear. The one tooth. Howdy, boys. And the women always have a cigarette in their mouth. Why am I doing this? The women hillbillies always have a cigarette in their mouth, and they always talk like this. Ha, ha, folks. Ha. So, you're right. Why should I leave them out? If I'm going to talk about Black people, I got to talk about. Got to be fair. Thank you, Mrs. Shea, Florida. In any case, that's the Palestinians. The Palestinians are a version that cannot be tolerated by the Israelis, and they're tired of switching off the land and all that stuff. So let's just genocide them with American monies, right? Oh, that's what I was looking up. How much money does Israel get? All right. Ranked Israel as the fourth. No, listen to this. Economists rank Israel as the fourth most successful economy among the developed countries for 2022. Let's see, the IMF estimated Israel's GDP at 564 billion. $564 billion? You fucking kidding me? Oh, wow. We have pledged to give Israel up until 2028 something like $40 billion. Billion, guys. That's a lot of money for various reasons, but it's not just against Palestinian. There's some migrant issues. There's other issues going on. But it's still such a lot of money that our taxpayers are giving this, and no one's asking us if that's what we want to do. Right, and I can't pay off my damn student loan. Right, that's what I'm trying to say. Let me see something. Just see another question. How much money does? Oh wait. How much money does Israel get? Let me just see if I can clarify from U.S. in 2022. In 2022, from what I can tell on the internet, the U.S. gave Israel $150 billion. Billion. And it says non-inflation adjusted, so I don't know what that means, in bilateral assistance. And the U.S. gives Israel more money than any other country. How much does Israel rely on the U.S.? Israel is the largest cumulative recipient of the U.S. foreign aid. Until February 22, the United States has provided Israel 150 billion U.S. dollars. So, because of our monies, we have made Israel the fourth largest successful economy. And you're right, and we can't pay off our damn student loans. Right. Right. So, moving on. There's this recent deal with Taiwan. Right? This has not gone through yet. However, Biden needs this deal. Let me look it up. It's the potential deal with Taiwan. Now, more than anything, they can stop giving money to Israel, which I actually could see that happening. They cannot stop giving money. Oh my God, I can't even look at these numbers. Okay, I gotta breathe for a minute. Hold on a second. Oh my God. Oh. All right. The Taiwan deal. Taiwan military is set to get $619 million in U.S. arms to have military against China. But that's not really true. They're saying military, which I do believe, but it's not 100% true. Because the reason why Taiwan needs to build up its military is because the U.S. is having Taiwan build these microchips. They're going to take the microchips from China and give it to Taiwan. But you can't do that because China wants to take Taiwan over, like Putin wants to take Ukraine over. So China already told Taiwan, you are not going to be solvent. We're coming. Now the U.S. is like, no, you're not. Because we need them to do microchips. $619 million. Okay, Sylvester. Good health, everyone. Years ago, I had a Palestinian friend that hated, okay, he felt Israel was his country and wanted, oh, Jesus Christ, I got to take that down. Listen to me. That's the fight in Israel. That's the fight. Palestinians, Israelis, they all believe that this territory is theirs. That's been going on, right? You and I are not going to solve this on a YouTube channel today. The hatred is huge, but the hatred is inherited. It's inherited. Both sides. And to them, it's for good reason. Now, remember, I know that this can get solved. You know how I know this could get solved? Because does anybody, I'm aging myself out now, does anybody remember how much the Protestant Irish and the Catholic Irish hated each other? Now you hear nothing about it. So I know that Israel can solve this problem if they wanted to, and they may be forced. They may be forced to coexist with their neighbors, the Palestinians. That's funny. So getting back to SVB, and remember now, these monies did not disappear. If you have $10 million in the bank, you still have $10 million in the bank. The market didn't crash, right? Listen to what I'm saying. The bank did not crash. The bank said, we lost $2 billion. We have to sell some things off to get the $2 billion back. No one's money was reduced to zero. When the FDIC came in, the FDIC said everybody's account is closed. So it's kind of like someone putting a lock on your front door. The furniture is still there. Your belongings are still there. So what happens to your belongings, right? What they're saying is, we own your belongings now. That's what's happening here, which wouldn't be normal. At the very least, you would be able to get your belongings out. Come on a certain day, get your belongings out. We'll have people at the door, yada, yada, boom, boom, boom. That's not what's happening, right? So your home has a lock on it, but now the FDIC is saying everything in the house belongs to us. And you're going to say to the FDIC authorities, what are you going to do with my passport, my sheets, my children's clothing, my children's toys? They're saying to you, you put that in as an investment. You can't have it back because you did not deposit it in, right? Does that make sense what I'm trying to say? It's almost like having an Airbnb that you're renting, right? And so they put a lock on the door, but everything in the Airbnb does not belong to you, right? But in this case, they're not giving anything back unless it's what you put in, right? So you can get back your passport, you can get back your pictures, right? But everything else belongs to the FDIC because it was an investment. You didn't do this for any other reason. Am I making sense? Because I'm exhausted now. Where's Vovo? Was it Vovo? Or was it Ken? Doomed. We're doomed. So now they've got my belongings in my house. But my belongings is valuable. So let's say the sofa is worth $1 million. They're now keeping, the government is now keeping $1 million of just the sofa. But I have a deal with Taiwan. Let's transfer the $1 million over to Taiwan. Are we clear? So somebody said, Was it done on purpose? It sounds like it was a very sophisticated plan. And now to top it off, now we're going to close down any little banks that has anything to do with cryptocurrency. So cryptocurrency is screwed. So I want to tell everybody with the cryptocurrency, I'm sorry, don't get mad at me, government, take your money out. Because cryptocurrency is not safe. Does it make sense to you, Renee? Does it make sense to anybody else? And remember, government, I have no idea what the hell I'm talking about. This is called gobbledygook. I talk shit. I talk out of two sides of my mouth. I have absolutely no intelligence in any of this. I'm just having fun on a morning show. That's it. You guys are the experts. You guys know exactly what you're doing. I don't know nothing. Okay? Oh my God. Where is it? Where is it? I lost it. Doomed. We're doomed. We're doomed. We're doomed. This was probably their plan, which is why they want you to put your money in the bank. So, once again, thank you, Lottie. Once again, I'm warning you guys. I'm warning you. Not everybody's going to get the 250,000 even. If your account has nothing but investments in it, you're not getting 250,000. And all your money that you have in the account is going to pay for Taiwan. I got you, Lottie. I got you. We're here today to discuss it because this is ridiculous. Yes, I get it now. Thank you, Layla. I get it. Thank you. You're welcome. You're welcome. You're welcome. Hi, soul sister. All right, I'm exhausted. This money. Wait, what happened here? Oh, listen. This money thing. It just makes me sleepy. Anybody get sleepy when there's problems? I'm like, oh, I'm sleepy. What's the matter, Tracy? The problems of the world make me sleepy. Can't. I just want to go to sleep. Maybe that's why I'm so tired. I'm so tired because all day, all I could do was look at the banking system. I hope they don't create a problem to slow things down, i.e. war or virus. I don't know. Listen, if this thing was a whole plan in the first place, I don't know what else they might do. I don't know. Notice that they're just telling us that COVID always came from the lab because they want to say, hey, China now. They're like, oh, actually, after everything we said that it didn't come from a lab, that it came from bats, that it came from the wet market, that it came from this, that, and the third. Half the times COVID came from Africa. The fuck? Now they go, actually, it was the Wuhan lab. That's where it actually was from. Which, by the way, is half owned by America. Of course it came from the lab. Of course they always knew it. They lied to us for 3 years. Yeah, that Nigerian stuff is really confusing. Listen, I may ask Show in the end if she understands it better. I don't know if I want to do Nigeria. It's so confusing. I barely understand SVP. You want me to do Nigeria now? I don't want to be the economic expert in psychic readings. I don't know. All right. If I understand it, then I'll do it. But what would the question be? If I get a question, I can answer anything. But if you need me to look, I have to look into it. I got to study it. But if you just give me a question, I can answer anything. That's easy. That's an easy reading. But if I got to figure out what Nigeria is doing with their monies, thank you, Lottie. I'm so exhausted. This is exhausting. Do I have a reading? No. Oh, guys, it's 9:47. Yay! Normally it would be 10:47 for me. Oh my God, I'm so happy. I'm so happy. I'm so happy. I'm so happy. I forgot I was on East Coast now. Oh, this makes me so happy. Imagine if somebody had $10 million in the account, right? And any one of those people could have been like if they knew, right? Tracy, I'm about to lose $10 million. I'm like, oh, okay. Do you want a car before I lose all that money? Yes. What type of car? Not fussy. Not fussy. Just, yes, I would love a car. Because I'm about to lose $10 million. Yes, you are. And you're sure of that? Mm-hmm. All right, I'm going to take my money out, and for the information, I'm sending you a car. Okay, thank you. Thank you. What's your PayPal account? This is my PayPal account. Thank you. Because I helped you. Prince Harry and Meghan, call me. Call me. Once I do readings on celebrities, I never do readings on them ever again. You will never get a public reading out of me on a celebrity if I have you as a client. Word is bond. Most of my celebrity clients, you know I ain't lying. They're going, she ain't lying. She ain't never, never. Call me. All right. Let me just finish up with the CNN crap. Is anybody else exhausted? I was like this the whole day watching YouTube. I was watching this thing called Frontline. I'll tell you right now because you guys can look it up. It has part 1, part 2, part 3. So good. It's called Money, Power, and Wall Street. And so far, I'm up to part 3. I think I finished 2, so I'm up to part 3. Let's see if I can find it. Yes, I'm up to part 3. There's probably a part 4 now. Yes, exhausted. Yes. Coming out. Yes, I'm dead serious. Call me now. Text. No, I changed it, Val, because it's modern day time. So I texted to text me now. 213-458-7408. I do not want you to be fearful of money woes. That happened in the feed yesterday. One of the peeps was like, you said my money was going to be fine. And I was like, yeah, in your reading, money's going to be fine. I'm talking about a global issue. Don't compete against the two. Don't go panicking because there's a major crypto loss, right? Don't go panicking because you're not a tech company, right? If you have any concerns, let's look at your monies, all right? I don't believe that everyone's money is going to get impacted, just like everyone's money did not get impacted in 2008. Same thing. And that was a mess, but not everybody was affected. Yes. Yeah, we talked about that on previous feeds where it might be best to have several bank accounts. Seriously. Alrighty, guys. Oh, wait, no, I want to see, make sure. I'm exhausted. I'll go put my head back for a little bit because I didn't even know my world changed. Okay, so Oscars, whatever. Let me see. All right, Oscars. Natu from the movie RRR took home the Academy Award for Best Original Song. Oh, okay. SVP, flood alerts in California. Asthmaphoric rivers, they're calling it. California and Nevada. Oh, wow. Oil drilling. President Biden expects to announce sweeping new protections today for federal lands and water in Alaska, according to administration official. Biden will declare the entire U.S. Arctic Ocean off limits to future oil and gas leasing and will announce new rules to protect over 13 million acres of land in that state from drilling. The move comes as Biden prepares to greenlight a massive oil drilling venture known as the Willow Project. The expected approval is a victory for Alaska's bipartisanship congressional delegation, a coalition of the Alaskan Native tribes, and the groups that have hailed the project as much-needed new source of revenue and jobs. However, it is a major blow to climate groups and other Alaskan natives who argue will undercut the president's ambitious climate goals and pose health and environmental issues. Immigration. A large group of people approached the U.S. border entry point in El Paso, Texas, Sunday in an apparent attempt at a mass entry into the country. Oh, that's hilarious. U.S. Customs and Border Patrol said causing disruption along the U.S.-Mexico border and forcing authorities to erect barricades. Large migrant groups also disrupted two other border crossings Sunday, causing temporary traffic disruptions as cited later. Oh, that's hilarious. The wait is over. The full trailer for The Little Mermaid is out. It's 2 minutes long. Do you guys want me to put it in the in my feed? All right, guys. All right, guys. And just so everyone knows, there is such a thing as a black mermaid. Matiwata was a black African mermaid. So if you're black and you didn't know that, you're welcome. If you're white and you didn't know that, stop being racist. A mermaid could be any color. All right, guys? Oh, the trailer was beautiful. I'm going to watch it right now. Everybody watch the full trailer. Thanks, Lottie. You're so welcome, sweetie. Good night. Goodbye. I love you. I love you. I love you. Call me for your own personal reading, 213-458-7408. Bye.
Gals and guys, go to Tracey Brown Live. Go to Tracey Brown Live. Go to Tracey Brown Live. Gals and guys, go to Tracey Brown Live. Go to Tracey Brown Live. Go to Tracey Brown Live.